Well, hello everyone, happy Throwback Thursday, and the rotation leads us to a Bionicle review, and this one's on what you're looking at Makuta Icarax and also Mutran and Vican from 2008. So on the front of the manual, we have the large picture of Makuta Icarax in a sort of flying position, and also the mask of shadows kind of behind him. Quite cool, and also sort of some of the cave parts of Cardi and the Bonk logo, Makuta Icarax, and sort of a pair of wings above it, and then set number 8953, and choking hazard Lego logo on the backside. Advertisement for Toa Ignica, which I previously reviewed on Throwback Thursday, and then advertisement of Lego Club and online survey, and then all the Toa Makuta and Matoran connecting parts to it, and then out of all the Toa Makuta Fantoka, which I previously reviewed, and then all the pieces that come with the set and the final building steps. So first off, with Mutran and Vican, starting with Vican here, which obviously all the same similar pieces as all the Apatoran and Shalmatorans all have, but luckily, since he is part of a large set, has a few small pieces added into him, even though all the Hero Factory hero sets also weren't like that, which were kind of like that until 2012 Breakout, of course. As for that. So, like, starting out with the legs of which, as you can see, just the Toamaodua claws, of which but in silver, and then the limb pieces in lime green, like Tanma and Gorast in the Mystica line as well, or Mystica in the following wave as well. And then as for the body piece part, which also the same, but same as Kirop and Gavla as well, as in black and turned this way to give the hunched over look to him. And as for the arms of which, same pieces there, and also the new reinforced kind of hand joint pieces. Just like that. And then ending off with hands that are comprised of claw pieces from Toa Nakanuperu's claw pieces, but used in this kind of way instead of like on that set and a couple others. Yeah, actually it was just that set where he had it on like that. For that. And if I were to guess why position it like that is so he can have a bit of uniqueness and also be a lot less confusing to that. And also doesn't have any weapons to hold on him. And as for the head mask part, which the head part, same as all the Avshalmatorans, but where it's in the trans orange for that to represent him being evil, and mask piece, same as Kurop's for that, but instead of black and silver, black and lime green mixed to him. And then as for the like wing parts, same as the three other Shalmatoran sets, but instead of being like on the small plus hole on the lower back part, instead it's being held on by a Takadot neck part to make it work and be a little better for that. So a bit of uniqueness added to him. And also unique thing about the character Vican here is he which was at first that, but it chose to be evil instead of being infected by the Xiao Leech, and also later on found out that he can be able to shatter their shield of shadows, which also the little Rahi's clacks can kind of do. But yeah, so nice to hear that about him. But yeah, and that's about it with that. And the other part of the set, the mad scientist Makuta Mutran here, which also quite tall for how he is. But of course, since this is a larger $15 set, It's good to have a bit of height added to him. And also quite a lot, plenty of stuff going on to him, like some of the most of the other figure sets also did. Like as for the legs here, which are mostly the standard Paraka feet that are in black and silver, like Vizon once did, and then the lower limbs that are just the Rakshi limbs in black, and the Paraka armor in silver for that. So quite a few recolors and reuses of pieces here, but also the socket joint kind of parts in lime green as well. Then Metru waist in lime green, and same exact waist armor as what Chirox and also Mystica Odua also had for that. So I'm not sure if he has any like close resemblance to Chirox or whatever. And then the upper torso part, which is made of mostly the same exact upper torso part as all the sets, of which with the wobbly heads. That's for that. But as for the plus hole holding it is the 3 long one with a stud on it, unlike the rest of which that have used a traditional 3 rod to it. Oh wait, never mind. And then, like the others of which have this silver part of which is part of this rib cage that she can like open upwards and drop out like so. And then, like the other sets, the Shao Leeches all the same in this soft rubber color and material, and do have little faces on them, and getting them back into it. Quite simple for that, where you can take that and attach them together, and then take whatever Makuta it is, or rather just, or Mutran in this case, can attach in like so, and is set and ready again. And then as for on the shoulder parts, which do have a couple of technic bits to it, where he has the traditional wing pieces as all the Makuta sets this year also have, where you can rotate back and forth like this and up and down like that. So a good bit of posability to him. And then as for the arm parts, which kind of the same things as the legs do, but also leads to a couple claw parts, like do have this Huki War Blade as for a blade in the hands, which are mostly like of 3 Baraki Mantax claw pieces, but take that out, and then also do have a little bit of movement to them. And so I guess kind of carrying on from the opposable fingers used on both Axon and Hydraxon the previous 2 years, but to a lesser extent. But also same with, although Mystica Takanuva kind of did the following wave. As in the other armor, which has his little shadow staff here, with his quite long pieces of 2 rods, and then ending off with 2 bits of which acting with these 2 different blades from a few sets the year prior to that. Both the small one and the longish one for that. And then as for the head kind of area, which is mostly just a Toametru head part and the semi-longish eye stalk piece. One of the last times I've ever seen those. But yeah. And then the mask, which all the same as Chirox's, but instead of silver for the second part of it, it's lime green for that. Nice to have some variety. And also to connect Vican to him is, can like lean him down like so, and then get out Vican, and then just attach them onto it like so. And there. Now they're connected together and just ready for action and so on. Alright. And that's about it with Mutran and Vican. And now on to Makuta Icarax here, which is probably one of the most largest sets of the Fantoka line, or Fantoka wave. Same with Toa Ignica as well. But however, he which had a whole vehicle set, but this which is just the main Titan set default. So I guess kind of keeping with tradition with Nocturne the year prior to that. Or maybe it was Mutran and Vican that was, but whatever. So like as for the feet, which are mostly just a few technic bits to it, and also with a couple of spurs made of Marinu Matoran electro blades there. Then the feet, which are the Borak teeth and Viscerac flips, or feet kind of together to that. So giving it a kind of unique look to it, almost like Udaka's in 2005, obviously. And then the lower legs, which just traditional Rachi limbs in dark red for that. And then the sides of the legs, sides of which would obviously it's all the upper leg, which are just made of various bits to it, along with the few technic beams around it and holding the pistons onto it that were introduced 2 years prior to it. And then have the Toa Enaika claw piece acting as like side armoring, and the front side just the Toa Enaika leg armor piece as actual armor pieces or lower armor. Yeah. And then and also as you see on both sides, which just extra limb parts to hold the legs up to it, which also see on Mystica Takanuva and Tuma in the following years, or the following two waves, actually. And then the upper torso part, just the same exact one as all the Fantoka Makuta all had with the Triax pod feature for that. And as you see, how it's all connected is by this one blue pin in there, which if he were made nowadays, I would expect one of those extra beams that are just one hole to add into there. But just a little thought, but yeah. So like, as for the arms of which, as you can see, which are like this one of which just and like a shoulder blade piece on the oh, hang on. Okay. Is that with Viscerac limb and Vaki limb or Rakshi limb? Kind of it making just this one arm, and then leading out to this hand part, which is both of Baraki LX claw pieces, but it kind of held together as one big hand, and then also with the two Huki warp blades as a large double head sword for that. And what's kind of weird for this is how both he and Mutran have this one, and also Toa Ignika also had this, about how both a good guy and bad guy both have the same weapon, but that one's light or life, and these ones are shadow for that. Kind of strange how that is, but yeah. Although could have at least used Toamari Joller's sword piece on there instead of that, but just a thought, but yeah. Then for the other arm of which is mostly just a Tohordika lower arm piece. Only time we ever seen this outside the Tohordikas, and heads down to this rotating shield blade with the Borakal shield piece for that, which was also used on Mystica Tahu and a couple others the following years. And then also Antraz's his main blade parts as well. And also, and like that, can like rotate and it spins around like so. It's quite cool. And as for the back side of which, what is kind of just all the technic bits kind of shown and exposed there, and another one above which and has sort of the Hordika headpieces with holding the wings onto it. Well, two sets of wings to that, so you can move them both there and there as well. Then as for the head part, which is just a traditional Metru headpiece, and also one of the like ones that are split in half with a plus rod to make it work a bit. Although it would be nice if this was recolored in trans orange to make him a little extra evil, but however, the plus rod that kind of peeking through the eye parts also does work out quite as well, but yeah. But however, the Mask of Shao here, which same as what Makuta in 2003 also had, where it's like this, but you can also rotate it to this kind of one. Well, although that on that set, which it was to the storyline in the first movie, Mask of Light movie, but however, on this set, it barely makes much sense at all. But although the red plus rod well works out quite well as an extra eye to that. But, yeah. And let me get all the sets on screen here. And now on to the final verdict. So overall, I think these which are quite cool sets, both at the time and today. Okay. Like, do you get plenty of good recolored pieces? Well, especially different colored mask pieces in the case of Mutran and Vican and Makuta Icarax, which quite neat. Which quite a unique Titan build for this whole line, of which although it would have been nice if he also had connector parts, since storyline wise is that Voltraz, that was a small vehicle set, the Falling Wave, which is supposed to be his Matoran, of which but however didn't need to fly on him since he had the Skyfighter vehicle. But maybe that would have been a little much, but whatever. But although for Mutran and Vican, which although all the Fantoka like Matoran sets were all separate sets, but this which were together as one set, which quite nice. So a little unique thing to have that where it's both of those in one set instead of like two separate sets. Well, same trend with the Skull Spiders in 2015, and also Shadow Traps in Generation 2. Or, yeah. And also this connectability, which also carried on into like 2016, Toa Uniters and Element Creatures. But yeah. And also the neat thing that and of course both these sets, both of which retail exclusives like Mutran and Vican for Walmart and Makuta Icarax for Toys R Us, but now RIP Toys R Us in that case. Well, or is rather relocated into Macy's nowadays. Well, nice to hear. So at least kind of nice to mention an original version of Toys R Us here. But yeah. But anyways, also it's nice to have the Mask of Shadow piece reused here, but in black, which we haven't seen since Makuta in 2003. But it also and was in gold on one of the playsets, obviously. But yeah, but still having it here yet again, nice to have. But yeah. And so now, if any of you still have these sets from back in the day, well, I hope you had some good memories of them. And for those of you who haven't and are still looking to get these sets, I'd say definitely pick them up. eBay, Bricklink, Mercari, or Bricks and Minifigs, whatever. And that is it with this video. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Thank you for watching.